I listened to an interview this morning of Dr. John Bindernagel. One of the topics they talked about was if you were to be given $1 million grant to try to prove the existence of Bigfoot, how would you go about doing it? Well, it's an interesting question, so I thought about it myself. And this is what I came up with. First off, I would realize it would take a long-range project to do this. A year, 2, 5 years, it may take quite a while. But you'd have to be methodical about it to gather some input and data to try to narrow down your search and prove the existence through other documentation. The first thing I would do is start with a wide-ranging sound survey. With satellite internet capabilities now, it certainly could be possible to put out recording devices hooked right to the internet, even in very remote areas, and leave them there for a long time, months or a year or years, and have a team of volunteers to a daily basis go over the recordings, even if it's an hour apiece, split up amongst several volunteers, until you document sounds that you think are attributable to Bigfoot, and you have them in different locations so you can kind of pinpoint where these animals may be at any given time of the year, and try to figure out whether they stay in one spot for a long period of time, whether they migrate throughout the year, or whether they spend the spring in one area and the winter in another area, and then come back in the spring, things like that. Once you find that out, you have some data that you can input and try to narrow down your search, and then you can hit it, with personal observations with trail cameras, like Dr. Jeff Meldrum with his aerial survey, a blimp or something like that. So, it's kind of an interesting question, maybe one worth thinking about, but those are my thoughts. I think if you start wide and get some data so you can narrow down and focus on certain areas with round-the-clock tools like trail cameras or recording devices or even thermal imagers just left out there, sooner or later we get our evidence. Until next episode, SasquatchCamp.com. Thank you.